Deacon check. Monkey check. Yeah. Like my shirt. Doesn't have stains on it this time. Welcome back to my second video. And for this video, I'm gonna be doing a genre roulette challenge. So for this challenge, I have 5 different genres chosen out and a different book for every genre that I chose. So I'll show you all the books and tell you about all the genres. And then as you can see in the back, I have a wheel prepared with all the different genres on it, and I'm gonna spin the wheel. There's 5 different genres. I'm gonna spin it 3 times, and then I'm gonna read those 3 books and give you my thoughts and feelings on those genres and the different books that I read. So the 5 different genres that I chose were sci-fi, romance, fantasy, literary fiction, and one non-fiction category, which is biography, that's the non-fiction genre that I chose. So the 5 different books that I have associated with those are these books here. Some of them are older, some of them are newer, some of them are like in the middle. But I'm gonna go through the different books for each genre. So for the sci-fi book, I have Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton, and this is being turned into, it's been turned into a movie, Mickey 17, and I was interested because of actually the trailer for the movie, and I saw that it wasn't too long either, which I was surprised about considering it got turned into a movie and like Robert Pattinson's in it and everything. So I thought this book sounded really fun. What this book is about is basically it's in a sci-fi world, and Mickey exists in the sci-fi world, and Mickey 7 specifically is the person that we're following, and basically he's number 7 because he's the 7th clone of Mickey. And so he basically discovers that he's a clone and that he's an expendable, I don't really know, but basically he's trying to survive as Mickey 7 because the only reason they have the clones going is because they know they're gonna die, so they're gonna need another version of them. So it's basically about his survival, I think. It's about he's helping with something and he's a clone, and that's all I know about this book. So basically that's Mickey 7. The next book that I have chosen for romance is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. The reason my copy is so beat up is because I actually got this from a secondhand bookstore, which if you're shopping for books, go to secondhand bookstores because it's important that we reduce waste with books. But the secondhand bookstore I love to go there. And I found this there and I was really excited because this had been on my TBR, not for like too long, but something I've been wanting to try out is Abby Jimenez books, because apparently they're really like sad. And if you watch my last video, you know that I love sad books. And I love a romance. Romance is the genre that got me back in, so I'm really excited to read this. I don't really know what it's about either, to be honest with you, but I'm just excited to pick it up because I've heard really good things about it. And I was really excited that I found this at the secondhand bookstore, so just be excited for me, okay? Thank you. The next book that I have chosen out for fantasy is Heartless Hunter by Kristen, I think it's Ciccarelli is how you pronounce it. I don't really know how to pronounce her last name, but I'm really excited to read this book because I heard it's like a fast-paced romance, enemies to lovers, love that shit. Plus the cover is really intrigued me because I love this design of the moth. I love bugs, just not spiders. But spiders are not bugs, but like, whatever. I'm really excited to pick this up because, like, as I said again in my last video, if you watched it, I'm not a huge not a huge fantasy reader, and I'm definitely not a huge romantasy reader, but I want to get into the genre a little bit, and this is YA. So there's not gonna be anything like spicy in it or anything like that, which is fine. I usually do like a little bit of spice in my books, but I think I'm really gonna like this because I love enemies to lovers. So I'm excited to pick that up. The next book that I have chosen out as the literary fiction is Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley. I picked this up because, again, if you watched my last video, you know this. I love Haley Pham, and I saw her reading this book, and I thought that it was such a fun concept with the music, and like kind of these two people are in love, but music is what keeps getting in their way or something like that, and I thought that was really intriguing. And again, the cover is just so cool. It's like a vinyl, and then the track list is actually just all the chapter names, which I think is really fun. And I oftentimes like choosing out books by their covers. I know that you're not supposed to do that technically, but I do love doing that. And so this book is one that intrigued me because of the concept. Sad book. I love sad books. Are we catching on to a theme here? Sad book. Anyways. The final book that I have chosen is the biography, a non-fic biography, and it is Brain on Fire, My Month of Madness by Susanna Cahalan. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but it's this book here. This is a bit of an older book, I think, and it's been turned into a movie. But my brother and sister-in-law got me this book for like a birthday or Christmas a while ago, and I've been meaning to read it, but I'm not a big non-fic reader. Definitely not a big biography reader. So I'm trying to like reach out and see if the universe wants me to read this while I spin my wheel. You know, like I want to see, do they want me to read this book? We'll see what happens. And so, yeah, I have no idea what this is about as well. A lot of these books I just don't know what's going on, and I'm just gonna go in and like dive in head first without knowing, because that's how I like reading my books. And so I'm very excited to read this because, again, it's been sitting on my shelf for a really long time, and it's not a long book. This book is 252 pages, so it's a really short book, so it'd be really easy for me to read. So I'm looking forward to reading this book, and let's see what happens. So welcome to my desk. This is my wheel. I don't have a way to record this at the same time as recording myself, so you're just gonna have to deal with this shitty angle. And let's start spinning. We're picking 3. So the first one is biography. Hey, we were just talking about that. Okay, so biography is number 1. Spin again. Yes! Sci-fi! Sci-fi is number 2. Okay, I'm excited about that as well. Okay, and the final spin. Let's see what we get. Oh, that just inched into fantasy. Okie dokie, I like it. So that means our final stack for the video is these 3 books: Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli, Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton, and Brain on Fire by Susanna Cahalan. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but I'm gonna start reading these books as soon as I'm done with my current books, because I'm still reading Sheila Sparrows. It's a long book. Don't judge me. And so as soon as I get started, I'll read it in order of what I chose. So it'll be Brain on Fire, then Mickey 7, and then Heartless Hunter. Look forward to reading with you guys. So I started reading this. It's actually really good so far. I really like the writing because she's writing it as if it's a fiction story, which I like. So I just wanted to catch you up. Good book so far. I'm like 20 something pages in. So I finished Brain on Fire this morning, and well, I actually loved it a lot. Like, a lot of the things I wasn't expecting to happen in this book happened. And like, obviously it's somebody's story, but basically the whole story is about a neurological issue that Susanna Cahalan is going through, and she is basically writing this from recounts from other people, and like the video camera that was in her like hospital room when she was going through all of this, because she actually has no recollection of basically anything that happened during that time. So everything that was written in this book before like part 3 of this book is written strictly from other people's accounts, which I thought was really, really interesting and really cool. And it's a really good quick read, and I'm gonna give this like a 4-star, I think, because it was actually really good, and I think it was a really good introduction for me into autobiographies, because she's a writer. Like, she writes for the New York Times Post. She wrote this so well, like so nicely. There was illustrations and graphics for things that were like real illustrations and graphics of the stuff that you'll see in this book, and she talks about in this book, and it's so good. Like, I genuinely really enjoyed it. I think that the way that it was written, which I don't know how autobiographies are typically written, because obviously this is the first autobiography I've ever read, but it's written the same way like a fictional story would be written. Like, I didn't think it would be like that. Maybe other autobiographies are not like that, but this one was like that. So I think that this was a really good introduction into autobiographies for me, but also into like nonfiction genres. So I actually like this, and I'm gonna give it a 4 stars. And I think I would pick up another autobiography. Like I said before, I've had autobiographies on my TBR for a really long time, so maybe I'll start picking up more of them, because this was actually really interesting, and I think I could get into a genre like this because they're real accounts of things that happen to people. So I think for that reason I could really get into this, and I would definitely pick up autobiographies again. And maybe I'll even venture out and try out some other nonfiction, maybe like true crime and stuff like that. I have a lot of coworkers who really enjoy that at the place that I work, so I think that this would be a really cool genre to keep going with, and I really like this book. I highly recommend. So 4 stars for Brain on Fire. And now I get to start Mickey 7. So I'm gonna start reading that, and I'll catch you up on it when I catch you up on it. Hey! Hello. So I just wanted to update you guys because I started reading Mickey 7. I'm about 4 chapters in, or I'm on chapter 4, and I'm liking the concept, but I'm not really like feeling this kind of vibe right now, so it's making it really hard to like get through, and it makes me like not want to read right now, which is not what we want. So I'm actually gonna do like a soft DNF on this for now, and just like maybe read it after Heartless Hunter. So I'm actually gonna start Heartless Hunter and see if I can get through this right now, or if I just need to take a break from making this video, to be honest. So I'm going to actually DNF this for now, just for now. We'll see if I want to read it after I've been Heartless Hunter. So now I'm gonna start Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli, and see if I enjoy that any more than I've been enjoying Mickey 7, because it is an interesting concept, but it's just not the vibes right now. It's too sunny and hot outside to be reading sci-fi, just in my opinion. So let's see how well Heartless Hunter goes. Alright, so I finished Heartless Hunter. Oh man, this is one of the best books I've ever read. It was so good. It was the perfect amount of romance. I love an enemies to lovers trope. It's my favorite. And the fantasy world was so well built. Like witches, witch hunters. So the people that are falling in love is a witch and a witch hunter, which is sick. And oh man, it was just like so well written. It had POV, different, not POV, but each, like the chapters would tell you which character it's following. So it's either Rune, our main character who's a witch, or Gideon, our main character who is a witch hunter. And them falling in love, and the whole story is crazy. So basically, our main character, Rune, is a witch. Witches are being hunted in this world for the revolution. She has to pretend she's not a witch and that she's with the revolution, but in reality, she's saving witches from being like killed. It's really good. And Gideon is like #1 witch hater because witches did him dirty. But oh my god, this book was really good. I think I like pretty much like flew through it as much as I could. I've been having a really busy time recently, but I've read as much as I can whenever I can, and it's just, I highly recommend this book. Really highly recommend this book. So that concludes my reading for the video. I obviously did not finish Mickey 7. I really just wasn't really in like the jokey writing mood, and this book feels very jokey, at least at the beginning. And I thought that I'd be in the mood for of sci-fi, but I guess not. Maybe it's like people usually associate like sci-fi, I think, with like winter time, and then like fantasy more with fall. But I really am enjoying fantasy in summer. So this was a really fun read for me. And then obviously Brain on Fire was really good, and I really enjoyed that. So I think that I would actually look into reading more like romantasy or fantasy in general, and into a lot more non-fic / like memoirs, biographies, autobiographies. I would look more into reading things like that, especially of this caliber where they talk about mental health, because mental health is something that's really important to me. So yeah, that concludes my roulette reading challenge, and I think that I will in fact pick up these genres once again. And I was able to find a 6-star book. I literally would give this book a 6-star. So I was able to find a book I really enjoyed, and I hope that when I keep reading fantasy, that I'll keep finding books I really like. And there's actually a second book to this out, so I'm gonna read that. But yeah, I would pick up these 2 genres again, and obviously I'll continue to read sci-fi as well, and maybe in the future I'll try picking up this book, but for now it is a DNF. And that doesn't mean I don't love sci-fi. I still love sci-fi. It's still one of my favorite genres, but this just wasn't the vibe. So yeah, that concludes my video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.